Cause I showed you the light that your girl won't hold you. I told you I need you like now. Cause I showed you the light that your girl won't hold you. I told you I need you like now.
Hi guys, to get started, we will create a new composition. On top of it, we'll add a solid layer. Let's keep it as white and just press on OK. To create the base shape, we'll go to the top, select the rounded rectangle tool. Coming over here, let's create a shape like this. Perfect. Going to a drop down over here. In the rectangle path, we can play around with the roundness. This looks cool. Let's name this as base 1. Perfect. Now again selecting the layer, press on Command Home to center it. Now to change the color, let's go to the top, click over here and let's add the linear gradient. Let's press on OK. Again click over here. Instead of green, I'm going to choose yellow. Perfect. And over here, let's choose black. Let's keep it somewhere over here. Let's press on OK. I know it looks quite weird, but don't worry. Press on V. This way you will get 2 pointers. Firstly, let's keep this one over here and this one all the way to the right. Something like this. Okay, looks good. Now again selecting this. Now let's again right click, go to layer styles and let's add the inner glow. Going over here, let's change the color, keep it as white. Let's increase the size. Perfect, we'll keep it something like this. Now again selecting this, right click, go over here and let's add the drop shadow. In the drop shadow, we need to increase the size. Perfect. And let's also increase the distance. Perfect. And coming over here, let's decrease the opacity. We'll keep it something like 60%. Okay, looks good. Now on top of this, let's add our AirPods. Let's drag and drop it to a timeline. Press on S and let's simply increase the size. At the beginning, we'll keep it something like 3%. Okay, this looks fine. Let's keep it over here like this. You can press on R and you can rotate this in any direction you want. Okay, this looks good. Okay, I'm going to keep it something like this. Again, going to scale. Let's keep this around 3.5%. Okay, this looks perfect. Now again selecting the layer, you can press on Command Shift and C to pre-comp. Let's call this as AirPods. Perfect. Now right click, go to layer styles and let's add the drop shadow. Perfect. Opening this up, let's increase the size. Perfect. Let's change the angle as well. Nice, looks pretty cool. Let's close this. Now on the right over here, let's simply start by adding the text. Firstly, we'll add the logo. Let's make it small. Let's keep it around 10%. This is quite small. We'll increase the size a bit. Perfect. Let's add a text over here as well. Looks good. Let's add the next text as well. I'll keep it over here. Let's add it as now supersonic. Let's keep it as heavy and change the color to white. I'm going to keep it over here. And the last thing that we need to do over here is adding the number counter. Let me show you how it's done. For that, go to text. Let's click over here. Write anything that you want. Doesn't really matter. Now selecting the layer, let's go to effects, go to expression control and add the slider control. Perfect. Now opening this up in the text, in source text, holding option, click on the stopwatch. You need to paste an expression. Perfect. I have provided this expression to you in the description. You can simply copy paste this if you are following along. So let's click outside. Now coming to effects, in slider control, let's say at this point, we add a keyframe. Going ahead to 1 second, at this point, let's simply increase it to 120. Perfect. This way, if you see, we get a nice slider control which goes from 0 to 120. Perfect. Let's add a text over here, USD. Perfect. Let's trim the layer on the left. For that, you can press an option and the right square bracket. Perfect. Let me just increase the size a bit. Okay. Now finally, I'm going to animate this as well. For that, selecting the layer, go to a drop down. In Animate, you have to add 3 parameters. The position, again going over here, we add the opacity, and finally we also add the blur. Let's increase the blurriness a bit. Okay, looks good. Let's keep it down to around 50 pixels and let's make the opacity as nil. Now at this point, let's open the range selector, add a keyframe and offset. Going ahead to 1 second, let's simply make this as 100%. Let's see. Perfect. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay, I'm going to do one thing. For the icon as well, right? Let's right click, go to layer styles and add the inner glow. Next, press on T for opacity, add a keyframe at the beginning. Let's say somewhere over here. Now at the beginning, let's simply keep it as 0. Nice. Now finally, we have to make this rotate. For that, where is it? Yeah, this one. Let's go inside. At this point, selecting this, you can press on R. Coming over here, add a keyframe in Z rotation. Let's say at 4 seconds. Let's simply rotate it like this. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. Perfect. So our scene 1 is ready. Now in exact same manner, I'm going to create 5 more comps where everything else will be similar. Just I will change the object rotating on the right. Once you complete all the 5 comps, it should look something like this. We have our AirPods comp. Similarly, I have created the comp for the iPhone. So it's pretty similar. Then one for the MacBook, one for the watch, and finally one for AirPods Max. Once you complete this, simply come back to the project. Let's create a new comp. We'll call this as main and just press on OK. Now you have to add all these 5 comps in the main composition. Let me do that. I'll simply copy this as well as our watch and drag and drop it over here. Perfect. Let me zoom out a bit. Let's add one more solid layer over here as well. Perfect. Now at the beginning, I'm going to hide all the others. Let's focus on this one. Now firstly, we want this to come from the left. For that, selecting this, let's add a keyframe in scale. Let's press on S. Holding shift, let's also press on P for position. Add a keyframe in both of them. Let's keep it somewhere around half a second. Now at this point, let's simply drag it to the right like this. Okay. And let's also decrease the scale. I'm going to drag it a little lower as well. Let's see now. Perfect. Now to make this smoother, let's select all the 4 keyframes and press on F9. Going to a graph editor. Selecting this, let's drag it towards the left. Let's see. Perfect. Now going over here, let's also turn on the motion blur. Perfect. Now on top of this, we have to add the iPhone. So I'm going to drag and drop it over here. Let's enable the layer. Oops, sorry, not this one. Yeah, iPhone. Let's drag and drop it over here. Let me disable this. Okay. So coming somewhere over here, let's select the iPhone. Let's add a keyframe in scale. Add a keyframe. Let's say at around 1 second. At this point, as we have to create a bouncing animation, let's keep it around 105. And if you go back somewhere over here, let's keep this as 0. Let's see. Okay. I know it's looking quite weird, but don't worry. We'll make it correct in a second by adding the null object. Let's add the null object. Let's select all the layers and parent it to null object. In fact, I'm going to rename this and call this as the controller. Perfect. So selecting this, let's press on P for position. Holding shift, let's also press on R for rotation. So somewhere over here, let's add a keyframe in both of them. From here till 1 second, we have to simply drag it up. So we'll drag it up like this. Okay. And we also need to rotate it, let's say by 10 degrees. This looks fine. Now selecting this, let's drag it down over here. Let's press on R and rotate it like this. Okay, let me see. Perfect. Let me add the audio to the timeline. Let's see. Okay. Then this comes in. Perfect. Again, selecting both of them, you can press on F9 to easy is this. Let's have a quick look. Perfect. In a similar way, let's add a third one. The third one is going to be MacBook. Let's keep it over here. Let's drag it ahead at, let's say, around 1 second. I can press on S for scale. Let me unhide this. Let's add a keyframe. At this point, it will be 110. Somewhere over here, it should be 105. And finally, at the beginning, it should be 0. So if you see, it bounces in like this. So now again selecting it at the beginning, let's keep it over here. Let's press on R for rotation and let's rotate it in the other direction. Let me drag it a little ahead at this point and we'll keep this over here. Perfect. Then we'll have this coming at this point. Okay. Over here, let's add keyframes in position and rotation. As we move ahead, somewhere over here, we have to again change the position. Basically drag this up like this, and let's also change the rotation. Perfect. Selecting this. Okay. I'm gonna keep it little down and keep this little up. Let's see from the beginning. Perfect. Now again, if you go ahead somewhere till here, we can add the same keyframes. Again, if you move ahead, let's say till this point, we can drag everything up, and let's also change the direction. Let's say something like this. Okay, looks good. Next, let's select our watch, keep it at the top. Let's drag it ahead, something like this. Selecting P for position. Let's drag this down over here. Perfect. Let's press R for rotation. Let's rotate it like this. Perfect. Again, selecting S for scale. Add similar keyframe, 100. Going back at this point, it should be 105. And if you go at the beginning, let's make this a 0. Let's see. Perfect. Looks pretty cool, right? Selecting all. I'm going to press on U. Selecting all these keyframes, just press on F9. Perfect. Now I'm going to add the last one, AirPods Max. Let's keep it at the top. Let's again unhide it. At this point, let's add both the keyframes. As you go ahead, let's say somewhere at 3 seconds or 3.5 seconds. Let's again drag this up and let's rotate it like this. Perfect. Now let's keep it somewhere over here. Press on P. Let's drag this down. Okay, looks good. Add a keyframe scale. At this point, it should be 105. And at the beginning, it should be 0. Okay, we'll do one thing. Let's press on R for rotation. Let's rotate it like this. Nice. Looks pretty cool, right? So in this way, we officially completed our scene 2 as well. The last piece is quite simple. Let's close all the layers. Somewhere over here, when the motion stops, we have to split all the layers. So again, selecting this, you can press on Command Shift and D. Or if you're using Windows, you can press on Control Shift and D. Let's drag this up over here. In fact, one above. Nice. Now at this point, add a keyframe position. Select all the keyframes. As we move ahead from 4 to let's say around 5 seconds, we have to shift all these in different directions. We'll start with this. Let's drag it to the left. Something like this. Perfect. I'm going to keep this one over here. Let's keep it like this. This one can be over here. Where's the top one? Yeah. Even this one can go on this side. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Basically, the last one is not even visible. So we'll do one thing. This one, let's keep it like this. Okay. Okay. This is too slow. Again, selecting all. Let's keep it over here. Now selecting all the keyframes. Press up F9. Nice. Enable the motion blur as well. Going to graph editor. Let's create a nice graph like this. Perfect. In fact, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to select all of them and drag them a little earlier. Somewhere over here. And these ones, let's split it at this point. To split the layers, you have to press on Option and the right square bracket. Let's see. Now once it goes to the right, we have to reveal the Apple logo. So let's do that. I'm going to drag and drop it over here. Let's add the fill effect on top of it. Let's keep it as black. Perfect. Let's decrease the size. Okay, maybe we need to keep it somewhere over here. At this point, let's trim it on the left. Okay. When this goes to the right, I want to do one thing. I want to shift it to a left. Let's press on P for position. Keep it at this point. And now at around 4.5 seconds, let's shift it little to the left. Or we can do one thing. Let's drag it little ahead. Let's see. No. Basically, we have to keep it over here. Basically, this gets revealed and then it shifts to the left. No. Maybe somewhere over here. Perfect. Now from behind this, we have to add the text think different. So again, going to the top. Let's click over here. Let's write think different. Let's keep it over here. I'm going to increase the size a bit. Okay, perfect. Now going to the top. let's simply add the opacity. Again going over here, let's add the position. Let's keep it on the left like this. Make the opacity as nil. Opening this up, add a keyframe and offset. Going ahead, at this point, let's make this as 100%. Let's see. Okay, opening this up. Over here, instead of square, I'm gonna keep it as ramp up. And let's increase the easy high. Let's see now. Okay, we have to do one thing. Where is our icon? Okay, so basically at this point, the icon needs to shift all the way over here. Where is the text here? The text can be like this. Okay, just one small change that I need to do. Selecting this, going to the top. At this point, I'm going to create a mask. Going over here in the mask, let's simply invert it. Let's see. Perfect. Let's see from the beginning. Let's have a quick look at the final result. Nice. So that's it guys for this tutorial. I really hope you would have learned some new ways of creating this sort of cool SaaS style Apple animation. So without waiting further, you can apply these tips and tricks in your own work. So we'll end the tutorial over here. If you loved the video, as always, make sure to like it. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you very soon next time.